You will never have more time than you do right now in this very moment. I constantly hear from these busy 30 and 40-year-olds, oh, I want to have this dream physique. I want to look like this. I want to lose fat. I don't want to have back pain. I want all these things, but you are not willing to work for it. I hear all the time from my clients, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to get 10,000 steps. When they come in, I don't have time to be working out 4 days a week. I don't have time to be meal prepping. And the harsh reality is you do. You are just prioritizing other things. The number one thing that I'm gonna ask you is get on your phone right now, look at your screen time, what does it look like? Now, you're gonna tell me, oh, that's spread out throughout the day. Yes, it is, that is correct. It is spread out throughout the day in small increments. So that is exactly how you should treat everything else in your life as well. Those small increments add up to a big number. You spend 5 hours on your screen every day in 15-minute increments throughout the day. You could be doing the same. So like all that time you spend, you make a sandwich in the morning for lunch, it takes you 15 to 20 minutes. You make dinner when you get home, it takes you 30 minutes to an hour. That time adds up. It adds up quickly. So people always say, I don't have time to meal prep. You do. You spend an hour or two on the weekend meal prepping, it feels like you're giving away a large chunk of time. And the truth is you are, but it's gonna save you time in the long run. If your meal is ready when you get home after work, it's gonna take you 5 minutes to heat up, 10 minutes to eat. If your meal's ready for lunch, it's gonna take you 5 minutes to heat up. You need it while you're working. That time that you spend making your lunch in the morning or the night before, and then making your dinner and making your breakfast is gonna compound to less time than you would spend on a weekend meal prepping. So you really need to shift your focus into thinking about those small increments. And it goes both ways. People tell me, I don't have time to get steps in. I don't have time to hit 10,000 steps. The kids are busy. I have to take them to their sports. The work is busy. I just got a new project. I don't have time for that. I can't get away from work. I'm in the office all day. Oh, my wife has all these events. I can't go do that. I can't be doing this. But then you get home from work at the end of the day and you sit on your butt and you watch the TV. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't take time to yourself to do things like that. I'm just saying you need to start prioritizing other things. Like if you're going to your kid's soccer game, walk around the field, warm up with them, be active in the sport with them, practice with them, kick the ball around with them. You will move significantly more, and you're doing it anyways. It's already in your schedule. So why would you not? You will see in countless studies, the kids who perform better in sports is the ones where their parents participate in it with them. So not only are you going to be closer with your kid, they're going to perform better in a sport because they're more interested, because you're doing it with them. But you're also going to keep moving your body and find time to get those steps in, right? The other way to think about it, you have a lunch break. What do you do on your lunch break? You sit on your phone, you have 30 minutes an hour. Eat your lunch quickly, go for a 5-minute walk. 5 minutes, that's all I ask. Literally 5 minutes. It does not take that long. You cannot tell me you don't have time for a 5-minute walk through your day. Go for a 5-minute walk. You do that twice a day. You do 5 minutes at lunch, 5 minutes when you get home. That's 10 minutes. You know what that is at a decent walking pace? That's almost 1,000 steps. So if your average step count is like 2,000 steps, you just like added 50% of that. You increased by 50%. If your average step count is 1,000 steps, you just doubled your step count in a 10-minute walk because it's that small. If you do that every day, you go for 2 5-minute walks a day, you're gonna start increasing your steps significantly. Think about how much more progress you would make if you do that, right? That's how you need to start thinking about things. The other way, you go to work, you have a parking lot, right? Are you getting to work early? Personally, I'm chronically early to everything. I get to work 30 minutes early because I'm worried about traffic. And I bet it's the same for you. You're at work early because you're worried about traffic. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna get to work. What do? You sit on your desk, you start work? No. What you're gonna do is you're gonna park at the back of the parking lot. Even if it's a small lot, it's gonna make your walk 3 minutes to 5 minutes to get to the door. There is your 5-minute walk. And then when you leave work and walk to your car, there is your 5-minute walk. That's 10 minutes, that's 10,000 steps almost. There are your walks right there. And you can't tell me you don't have time for that, right? You have to figure out a way to schedule it into your schedule already. If you do not start prioritizing things, you will not get to where you wanna be. For me personally, the gym I used to work at when I was an in-person personal trainer, I was there for 15 hours a day. So yes, hitting my workouts was easy because I was in a gym. There was not much friction there. But for me being there, I'd leave home 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd get home like 10, 11, even midnight, right? So I was like, I do not have time to make meals. I ate a lot of Subway because I thought it was the healthy choice for me. I ate a lot of Chipotle because I thought it was the healthy choice for me. It was not. I needed to start prioritizing and scheduling my life properly. And that's what you need to start doing too. So I started prepping my meals. On a Sunday, I spent an hour or two, prepped every single lunch, and I bought myself a breakfast that was easy for me to make in the morning. So I have struggled with that too, I get it. But because I set aside that hour or two, I had a lot more time when I was at work in those breaks that I had to be doing other things, to get more steps in. Because I saved myself time, and then I didn't have to go out and eat at Chipotle. I didn't have to spend all this money on Subway. I could just start spending money on the things that actually matter and start saving it. So I can buy a house, right? You need to be thinking the same. What could you be saving by spending like an hour or two on the weekend doing this? Yeah, like I said before, it feels like a big chunk of time on your weekend, but it's really not. It's really not a big chunk of time when you add up all that money you spend at Subway, or all that money you spend at Chipotle, or all that money you spend out. Or if you add up all the time it takes you to go get those meals, or even prep sandwiches in the morning, all that time it takes you, it compounds. So if you start prioritizing and scheduling your day, you'll get a lot further in life. And it's not just for nutrition. It's for your workouts too. You need to prioritize it. People don't treat training as important as it should be. You don't treat walking as important as it should be because you're like, oh, I'll get to it later. Oh, I'll get to it later. I'll do it when I get home. But you get home, you're tired. So I want you to go in your Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, or your whatever calendar. Schedule out your day right now. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to get anywhere. My Google Calendar is now scheduled from the time I wake up at 8 a.m. to the time I go to bed at 10 p.m. Right? And I schedule time to be with my family. I schedule time to drive to work. I schedule time for all these things because I know it matters. I'm not saying you have to be busy with work things all day. I'm saying you have to schedule the things in your life that are important to you, right? That includes going for those walks, spending 5 minutes to do that. That includes going to the gym, even if it's for 20 minutes. Just start scheduling and building those habits. If you can start going to the gym for 20 minutes twice a week, 20 minutes twice a week on your way home, right? Eventually that'll turn into 30 minutes. Eventually it'll turn into 40 minutes. Eventually it'll turn into 3 times a week. Then 4 times a week. Then maybe even 5 times a week. That can be a little crazy. But if you start small and schedule these small habits in your life, you're going to get significantly further than if you don't do anything at all, right? The biggest thing I hear again with people saying they don't have time is, oh, I'll wait until I have more time. I wait until life gets less busy. I will wait until I have more time at work. You know when you're going to have more time at work? When you retire. When you retire, you will have more time at work. By the time you retire, you're probably in your late 60s or your 70s with jobs these days. If you're lucky, you're in your late 50s. You know what sucks when you're in your late 50s, 60s, 70s? Your health is going to decline either way, whether you like it or not. So would you rather spend 60 years declining your health and then finally focus when you're 60 and spend maybe 20 years in good health? If that, because your health will decline. Or would you rather start now in your 30s or 40s? Spend 30 years or 20 years building up the lifestyle you want, losing the fat that you want to be, getting rid of the back pain, getting rid of the joint pain, so you can wake up every morning and jump out of bed. And then by the time you retire, you feel great. You feel great, and your body's gonna last a lot longer because you're healthier. So you can have 30 years plus another 20 after you retire. 50 years. You can have up to 50 years of good health if you started today. But if you wait until you have more time when you're retired, you're gonna maybe get 20 if your health is perfect. But most people are gonna decline before that, so it could be even as low as 5. So which one would you prefer, right? You need to start thinking about it like that. You say, when the kids move out, I'll have more time. Oh, when I'm less busy at work. All these things, they're never gonna happen. Your kids will never be less busy. That time will always get filled with something else. If you look right now in your life, when your kids got older, when you finished a project at work, did they just move on to the next thing? Did you just get another project? Did your life get less busy? 99% of the time, the answer is no, because you filled that with something else. So now you need to start prioritizing filling that with exercise, filling that with your meal prep, filling that with your steps, and getting these things done, right? Now, I tell every person that says they have no time, just start small. I'm not telling you need to be in the gym 6 days a week. I'm not telling you need to prep every single meal. I'm not telling you need to have plain chicken and rice for a meal. I'm telling you, park at the back of your parking lot when you get to work. Because then you're going to get a 5-minute walk. Park at the back of the parking lot, and then when you walk there, you'll get another 5-minute walk. Start small and compound those habits. Just like that interest you're making in your bank account, you're going to compound these habits too, right? If you can start with 5 to 10-minute walks daily, eventually those will turn into 15, 20 minutes. You'll start moving more. When you move more, you're going to get more energy. When you get more energy, you'll find more time for things. When you start prioritizing these things in your life's going to get better. So stop telling yourself that you don't have time and start asking yourself, how am I going to make time? Because you make time for the things that matter in your life. and health should matter in your life. So, I never want to hear out of your mouth again that you don't have time. It will always be that you are just not making time.